In this installment, we'll be going over the 9-game slate on DraftKings and Fanduel. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Monday night slate showdown on DraftKings and FanDuel. Going over the top positions at point guard, shooting guard, all the way down the center, giving you the best plays at value and the lock of the night. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJustD. And if you are currently a viewer and not currently a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. We are currently at, I believe, 772. The goal is 1K. 1K will be the cash giveaway, so you guys can be playing on DraftKings and FanDuel and or DraftKings and FanDuel Sportsbook. All right, the choice is yours with the money. All right, now let's get into this Monday slate. Starting off at the point guard position, and the first guy we're going to be looking at will be Fred VanVleet, currently questionable against the LA Lakers. So please monitor that news if he's going to be in or out. But this is a perfect situation where we get the leader for the Toronto Raptors coming off of a struggling game against Phoenix, who plays very solid defense, and in a situation where going up against the Lakers, who do not play any type of defense. There'll be a lot of opportunities for Fred VanVleet to get hot, knock down that three ball, which he does at a very, very high clip, and put up some great numbers going up against a weak opponent. So at 7,800, you're getting Fred VanVleet at a very, very cheap price. When was the last time he was down under 8K? It's been a very long time. A very 10,000. 9,500, 9,800. Fred VanVleet was in the very high numbers. He has not been in 7,000s pretty much the whole season. So take full advantage of this while you can get him at this price. Let's move over to the shooting guard position. And this guy we're going to be looking at is the cheaper version of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and that is going to be Corey Kispert at 4,100. What I've seen the past two games is that they're using him just a little bit more. Look at the minutes here. We're looking at earlier in the week, 26 minutes, 23, 24, but the past two games, 34 minutes, 39 minutes. They really need his three-point shooting ability. 5-11 against the Lakers, 3 of 6 against Portland. Now going up against the Golden State Warriors, they're going to need his three-point shooting ability if they want to keep this game close, or if this game is a blowout, because this team happened to lose to the Portland Trailblazers, who's been getting blown out by each and every team in the NBA, and they finally got a big win right there. But Kispert provides a shooting and scoring punch off the bench that will be well needed. Now, you can say bench, but he's practically getting starters minutes. All right, so at 4,100, I cannot fade that, and which should be a very high scoring affair. So I love Corey Kispert at the shooting guard position. Next, we're going to move over to the small forward, and we have Bojan Bogdanovic for the Atlanta Hawks. This is not the Utah Jazz one. This is Atlanta Hawks six-man. He's been recently moved back to the six-man because Kevin Huerter is back. And this is a situation where they're going against the Portland Trailblazers, coming off a big win. They haven't won in so long, but we know how good this team is. This team is horrible in the Portland Trailblazers, and Atlanta is one of the best teams at home. Okay, they've been beaten. Most of their big wins have come at the house, and on the road they usually tend to struggle. So I see a big scoring performance from Atlanta here, either keeping this game close and putting up a ton of points against Portland, because that's what they do against this team, or this being a blowout, they'll bring in Bogdanovic off the bench, and he should have a field day putting up easy baskets in this game. He's already getting double-digit shot attempts in each and every game. He just has to knock those down, shooting the three ball at a very high clip. Struggled the past 4 games, so that can definitely turn around, which should be a very, very easier matchup for him against the Trailblazers. So I like Bogdanovic right there at 6,200. Next guy we're going to move over to is the power forward position. He could play power forward and center here, but this is a game where I'm looking at the matchup, and every time I see a big going against the Charlotte Hornets, we're going to take advantage of that. And the most talented big on the OKC Thunder is Darius Bazley. Now, he's been very, very inconsistent this year. He's had some great games last year, showing the double double ability, showing the 3 point shooting range that he has. He's very multifaceted, kind of like a little John Collins that they have in OKC over here. But Bazley needs to go to the next level here. So against Memphis, he finally showed his ability. 11 to 19 shooting, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal. Now, an even easier matchup against the Hornets. I think the rebounds come to him. We see another 10 plus rebounds in that department. He just has to knock down the shot at a very high clip. So we saw the boost in shot attempts because obviously SGA needs help on the offensive side of the ball. And at only 5,300, if he does another 50 bomb here, then you are definitely going to be at the top end of that tournament. So Darius Bazley can be a very cheap guy you can get the power forward center position, but definitely can reap the rewards at this price as well. So I'm going to go towards him. We're going to stick with the matchups that have not let us down, and I like Darius Bazley at 5,300. Now we're going to the center position. Center position, we are looking at Nikola Vucevic going up against the Sacramento Kings. This is another prime spot we're going to key in on. Kings have struggled against any big man. It doesn't matter the fact that they got Sabonis. Sabonis gets his, but obviously defensively and offensively, there's a big hole down low with no Rashawn Holmes. A lot of question marks there, but this is a game where I can key in on Vucevic, where they have a clear-cut advantage on this side of the ball going against the Kings. Chicago is on the road, but at 8,500, there's still meat on that bone. Vucevic should be at around that 9,000 and above range. We're looking at a very solid double-double here. Hopefully, we get a 20 and 10 situation, what he did against Cleveland. If we're looking back to another prime performance of Vucevic, hopefully against the Spurs, where he had 54 fantasy points, Thunder, where he had 56 fantasy points, and yet again, the Charlotte Hornets, where he had 55. So that's what we're looking for at 8,500. This is a great, great spot for Nikola Vucevic. I love him here. Now, let's move over to Fanduel, and we're going to give you the two value plays that we got for the day. The first one will be Mike Conley going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Anytime I can get a starter who's lower priced in a big, big type of game, which should be back and forth between the Bucks and the Jazz. Got two teams that really shoot the three ball very, very well. Conley at his cheaper range, which he's almost down to 4,000s, which is like, all right, we should take advantage of this price. Mike Conley should be 58, 59, 6K. So we're going to get him on his downside. Make sure we get those good games for hopefully a 30 or 40 bomb, and then they'll raise his price. But we already beat him to that value. So love Mike Conley at 5,100. Next guy we're going to look at is Kobe White. He comes off the bench. He's the sixth man. Ayo Damunso has been a very great rookie point guard starting for them, but the scoring punch that it provides the Chicago Bulls, Kobe White has been very consistent. 5,300 on FanDuel, and you're looking at Kobe White on DraftKings at 5,300 as well. So same price, no discrepancy there, but the minutes have been very solid, 36, 28, and 34 the last three games, providing just more than scoring, all right? 2 for 3 and 1 for 4 from the three-point line, but the shot attempts are there, 4 for 11, 3 for 9, and 7 to 16 the last three games. In which should be a blowout situation where that's where I'm leaning towards Kobe White over the other rookie point guard in Ayo Damunso. There should be a ton of minutes for Kobe White here and a ton of scoring opportunities going against the Kings, who struggle to play defensively. So you get a high scoring environment, a score first type of guard in Kobe White, and this can definitely reap rewards for him at that price at 5,300 on both sites. All right. Now the lock of the night will be Trae Young. Okay, Trae Young is at home. Obviously, he plays better at home. Let's just double check on those numbers. Trae Young is at home against Portland. Let me see the splits here. Home games, like I said, averaging 50.7 points per game at home, 47.9 points per game away. So you see the discrepancy there. And then look at his last performance against the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, like I said, this team is absolutely horrible. And if they're going to blow out this team, it's going to be Trae Young doing the blowing out. It's going to be Trae Young hitting 6, 7, 8 threes, and it's going to be Atlanta 100-70. Those are the situations that tend to happen when the Atlanta Hawks are home and they blow out an opponent, especially the likes of the Portland Trail Blazers, who've been getting blown out by each and every team in the league. In this previous performance against the Trailblazers, Trae Young had 85 fantasy points, 56 real points. He had 14 assists and 4 rebounds. Outstanding. Outstanding. Hopefully we can get that same type of magic in this game, but I have to take full advantage of that because they play no defense. A bunch of young kids that need a lot of development. Trae Young should have a field day going against the Portland Trail Blazers tonight. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know in that comment section down below if you had any other suggestions at point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, value play, and the lock of the night. Let me know if you see someone else, maybe an injury pops up. Comment down below. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNSD. And I'll be back with another video very soon. Peace out.